Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So after Teofimo Lopez gets another controversial decision win over Jermaine Ortiz, Devin Haney, he responds by simply saying the king of 140 with a crown emoji, obviously talking about himself. I'm telling you guys right now, when it comes to Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, when you look at the dichotomy, this is the beginning of the end of Teofimo Lopez's career, while Devin Haney's career is just getting started. They're at a crossroads right now when it comes to Teofimo and Devin Haney. Devin Haney's career continues to ascend. He keeps fighting against the best competition. The opponents just keep getting better and better. And the better the competition gets, the better Devin Haney performs. It is the polar opposite when it comes to Teofimo Lopez, because Teo is not even trying to fight the best competition, and he can't even beat those guys. Meanwhile, Devin Haney will most likely be fighting against Ryan Garcia next, which will be one of the biggest fights of the year so far. It will definitely be the biggest fight on DAZN. You know, when it comes to some fans trying to defend Teofimo, saying he won the fight and the other guy was running, this is the one thing I think you guys don't even understand. It doesn't matter if you defend Teo's performance or not. Teo's career is very close to the end. And when I say his career is close to the end, it's because he was so exposed in this fight. Once again, if you want to try to play games and say, oh, well, the other guy he ran, he didn't deserve to win the fight, it doesn't matter if you say that. Teo was completely exposed in this fight, because if someone is moving away from you, you're supposed to know what to do. You're supposed to have enough experience to know that you have to cut off the ring. Teofimo Lopez, he got real aggressive in the last 2 rounds, and it was because his father told him he needed a knockout to win the fight. So it's clear Teo's father didn't feel that they were winning the fight because the other guy was quote-unquote running. And it's clear Teofimo Jr. himself didn't feel that way. This is the reason why he cried after he heard the decision. You're supposed to be crying when you beat Devin Haney, when you beat Terrence Crawford, Gervonta, not when you beat Jermaine Ortiz. Not when you beat Sandor Martin. Now, let me elaborate on my point when I tell you guys that Teo's career is almost over. Because after that performance, Teofimo Lopez, he knows his limits. I mean, he knew his limits before this fight, but this fight in particular just reinforced all of those thoughts for Teo. So what that means is, at this point, the walls are really closing in on Teo. And he's going to do either 2 things. He's going to either stay away from the toughest competition, which means staying away from the undefeated black boxers. But the more he avoids them, the more pressure will be put on him to fight against these fighters. From a Keyshawn Davis to a Devin Haney to Gervonta. See, what happens is, after that performance against Jermaine Ortiz, the Teofimo stock has completely crashed, which is going to make Teo's career more and more irrelevant, while fighters like Devin Haney continues to become bigger and bigger and more relevant in the sport. So Teo is in a bad situation right now, guys. Even when it comes to Top Rank, I don't even believe they're going to want to protect him too much, because Bob Arum and Top Rank, they're not in this business to lose money. No one is. And if Teo fights another C-level opponent, I can guarantee you they are going to start losing a lot of money. Because after that performance that Teofimo just put on, he has to redeem himself. And you can't redeem yourself by fighting against a C or D-level opponent. And Teo's not going to fight a Devin Haney or a Gervonta Tank Davis or even a Terrence Crawford next, because that would be his very last fight if he does. Because we're talking about a fighter in Teofimo that has already got outboxed by Kambosos, Sandor Martin, and Jermaine Ortiz. He can't even dominate his hand-picked opponents without controversy. Teo is a very insecure fighter. He lacks a lot of confidence in a sport that is 80% mental. So what that means is, sure, he can continue to fight for the next 4 or 5 years, just like Jojo Diaz continues to fight. But no one even knows or cares. And that's what's about to happen to Teofimo if once again he decides he's not going to fight against the guys that the fans really want to see him fight against. Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis. So let's see what Teofimo decides to do from here on. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes,
fever blisters, diabetic ulcers,
this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com.
like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.